Hey everyone, I'm AustinLCG and this is the New World Preview Review. That's right, we're going to go over everything that I liked, disliked, some changes that I'd love to see made, and some of the direction that's come straight from the New World developers of what they're going to be working on the next 6 months before they release the game. Let's check it out. Okay, so I have logged personally plenty of hours into this game, and my overall rating of this game is, it's great. It's fantastic. I love the game as is. It has helped scratch that MMO RPG itch that I've been having, and I know so many of us have had as well. It's overall a great game. There's just a few things that I would love tweaked to make it an even better game so that when it's launched, it's something that everyone's going to enjoy. It's got good PvE content. It's got great PvP content. It's overall just a great and fun game that I really enjoy. With a few tweaks could really make this awesome. So, what are the things I liked about the game? The in-depth crafting mechanics of this game are absolutely incredible. They have thought of everything, from the resource gathering of the raw materials all the way down to how you can craft that final product and the way that you progress. And not only that you progress, but the town that you're in has to progress. It's absolutely awesome. I love the way that they have thoroughly thought through everything. I got to partake in war and saw some invasions, and I really enjoy those mechanics. I think that the war PvP style, where you have to organize as best you can and follow through with your war strategy, your war plans, and push them back or push through their defenses, is so much fun. It's one of my highlights from this preview, and I absolutely loved it. I'm going to remember those moments where as a team we were gathering and attacking together and moving against the other players. So much fun. I love that the Spriggans battle, so if you're watching this and you're wondering what's a Spriggan, if you actually defeat some of the elite characters in the game, you have a chance of a Spriggan key drop. You can take that key to an arena area, and then you're able to step into this arena and fight these Spriggans, where you can get the highest end loot, the legendary loot, the best loot you can find by defeating these things. It is so much fun. But what I also like about it is that it is instance based, but you can watch it. So if you're near an arena and you see another squad go in and fight, you can watch them battle against it. The one that I saw, they lost. It was a lot of fun to just talk with them afterward. I love these Spriggan battles, and you have to grind towards them. It's almost like a dungeon style thing in the game, and I love it. The graphics in this game are absolutely incredible, and the different regions and the way that they look, the way that they feel, even the sounds in this game are incredible. It's just an overall well done and beautiful looking game that you feel so immersed because of how high quality the sound is, with the lighting, with the effects, with the mood, with the music. Everything comes together to produce a really beautiful game. I loved the discovery of new things. Now, as we jumped into the preview, I got to play the density test before that, been a part of alpha before that, but jumping in as a group together and discovering new things, discovering new areas, new metas, new weapon, new all sorts of new stuff. I just love the discovery of New World. I also really enjoyed the PvP in open world if I happen to be with a good group of people within my faction that are also doing PvP. So the PvP, when done well, it's a lot of fun out in the open world. Okay, those are the things that I really enjoy about the game, but there's a few things that I disliked that I think that really needs to be addressed and developed. Questing. I think that questing in the game needs a complete overhaul. The quests right now are pretty boring. There's not a lot of quest experience that you get from completing those quests, and also there's kind of no need to complete them at all. And so I think that by developing a really good main storyline, whether that's through your faction that you choose, but a questing system that's better incentivized, where you get more experience per quest, and also quest linking with your party. There was no way for me to do quests with my friends. We just had to hope that our quests matched up, that we went to the same area. So I want a way for us to do quests with friends. Also, quest variety. It felt like I was doing the same quests over and over again every region. It was deliver this here, explore this, kill these certain things, search these chests. Also, there were some really great cinematics at the very beginning of the game, and then we never saw it in the rest of the game. And so I would love for there to be a main storyline that you're following that has some of those really cool cinematics as you see the story unfold. Before we jump into a few more of these things, New World put out a new update that addresses some of these things with questing, and I'm just going to read it straight from their site for you. It should pop up over here as well. We will continue to develop. Now armed with a vast amount of feedback, suggestions, and data, we plan to focus on adding more mid and in-game content, but also features that are just fun. In particular, we are working towards adding more in the areas of game modes, landmass, AI variety, additional weapon types, quest variety, and more. We are excited to share our vision for New World with you, and will continue pushing in this direction until we feel we have the right amount of content and polish for the great launch our players deserve. So a few things in there that I'm really excited about that they're already addressing. First thing, we plan to focus on adding more mid and in-game content. Love it. That's exactly what it needs. I feel like around level 20, there was no more content that I was driving towards, and everything got super repetitive. And so right around level 20, all the way to 50 to 60, there needs to be more content that you feel driven towards other than just kind of running around and doing whatever you want to, which is still fun. Still recommend it, but something to kind of guide you along the way. I also like that they said they're going to be adding features that are just fun to have. Love it. So they're going to be adding more game modes. So here's to hoping that there's some sort of PvP arena that we can fight in, that we can play against other players in. I'd absolutely love it to have some sort of battlegrounds and arena that you can just queue up and play whenever. You don't have to wait for the war. You can just do it. One thing that they added in here, they said they're going to increase the land mass. From my perspective of playing in the preview, I thought the land mass was great as is, but I can definitely see something as they roll out a roadmap for the game that keeping the land mass as is and having this really spectacular moment where the land mass increases for future game. Maybe that's 3 weeks after launch, 6 weeks after launch, something, choosing a time there. But I thought that the land mass was great, and being able to travel from place to place. If you make it any bigger, I think you're going to have to do some other revamping, but I think the landmass is fine as is. Additional weapon types. Hopefully we'll eventually be able to get our hands on one of the spears, the battle axes they've talked about. There was gauntlets at one point that they posted about, a revolver, a rapier, a two-handed sword, a two-handed battle axe, something along those lines. I'm excited to see what other new weapons they come out with in the game. So that's the things that they're working towards, but there's a few other things that I think need balancing before this game is officially launched. The non-tab targeting combat for this game is incredible, but there's still some balancing issues with the combat. I think that there's some weapon balances, there's a few things that people are exploiting where there's permastuns against other players. I don't think permastun should be a thing in the game. They've got to figure out a way to limit that in some way. Also balancing some of the other weapons so that they feel just as equal as others if they play with the right style. For instance, everyone was playing with the hatchet in game because you could almost permastun people, and then people switched to the sword and shield because the heavy attack consistently knocked people over and you couldn't stand up, so that you couldn't dodge or get out of the way or anything. It was just repetitive over and over again. Same thing. Also, the dodge, I think, needs to be prioritized in the game. So if you start an ability, but you feel the need to press space and quickly dodge out of it, that should cancel the ability and allow you to do a quick dodge. I think that it's really important to kind of have that still Dark Souls feel to it, but dodge priority needs to be increased in the game. Those are some of the things that I disliked in it, some of the things that they're working towards, but as I was just thinking about the game in general, I was trying to think through what would make this a more enjoyable game. So here's just some random new ideas from me that I think would make this game awesome. Talked about it briefly, but a PvP arena. So I was trying to think through what would that look like, how would that play out? So one of the ideas that I had was actually having some sort of fighters arena in every town. So as the town progresses, the fighters arena can grow up until a coliseum. It could be something that you can join into and fight versus other players, or you can join into and do PvE type stuff. And as you increase the town, you increase what can happen inside of it. I think it would be also cool is if you could just watch and be a spectator but as a spectator, you're able to vote on what happens in it. So that means that you as a viewer could vote on the arena turning into a corrupted arena. So now they have corrupted resistance that they fight against, or blighted resistance, or maybe a pack of wolves are released into the arena. Something like that to kind of keep it spiced up, keep it exciting. And the more people that are viewing could appear in the stands. And then also some Twitch integration with other Twitch streamers. So if there is Twitch streamers out there that are in the arena and they have a certain amount of viewers, I think that NPCs should fill the stands, fill the arena, and then allow the Twitch streamer that as the viewers are watching, they can vote on those same things that play into the arena and what they're competing against. I think that would be so much fun. It would incentivize the Twitch streamers to continue streaming the game and get their chat community involved in what's happening directly into the game. It'd be awesome. I also think each area needs some sort of dungeon instance that you can go into. So if you finish the questing in that area, you do everything for the town that is available, that is the main storyline, then it leads you to this moment where you go into this dungeon type instance, similar to the Spriggans, not quite in-game content, but it's just based upon that levels area that you can fight against and actually get a group together to do these dungeons together. Then I think as the town progresses from just a little village to a citadel, however you progress the town, I think the dungeon should get progressively more and more difficult as well, just to help incentivize continuing to grind that area. But if you were to move into the higher level areas, those dungeons get more and more difficult as you head up further north to the Shattered Mountain. They're very difficult, but it at least helps you progress in the level from 20 to 60, that you can get these dungeons, you can do these things with friends, and just another way to just help people say, hey, let's party up, let's do things together. And this could be a cross-faction thing that you say, hey, in global chat, I'm gonna do this dungeon, anyone want to join me? I'm level so-and-so, see who all joins, make new friends, that sort of thing. I think that more of these instances and these dungeons in this game would really help the game grow, because you're going to start building those relationships with others by doing things that require others to join you in. So that concludes my preview review. There's a few things that need better balancing, but overall I really enjoyed my time playing this game during this preview. I think that if this game were to launch as is with a few balanced things, I'm going to definitely get my money's worth for the game. But I love that they're also focusing on adding a ton more content. The landmass, the weapons, the mid to in-game content, all of those things makes me super excited. Cannot wait for this game to be officially released. Thank you, New World, so much for making an incredible game. And thank you also so much for listening to the community, for responding, and making a game that we're all going to enjoy so much. Thanks, guys. If you enjoyed this and want to see more content being released while we wait for New World to be officially released, be sure and like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you want to hear more about while we're waiting. I logged a bunch of footage. I recorded as much as I could throughout it, so I'll be able to make more videos for you. But let me know in the comments what you want to see, what you want to know about, what questions you might have for the game as we wait for this game to be released. So thank you guys for staying tuned, for watching the whole thing, for watching all the way here. I really appreciate it. Thanks. And I don't know what my next video will be, but I will release something sometime soon. So thanks again for watching.